Should I delve into this NHL thing? NFL, I can't do it. How are you going to do that hockey? Will you do some hockey for me? Just
Yeah,
hit it.
let's get into some of that hockey. The big story from yesterday: Alexander Ovechkin broke Wayne Gretzky's goal scoring record, scored his 895th career goal against the Islanders. Huge moment for him and for hockey, because that was really thought that record was going to stand forever with the numbers Gretzky was able to put up. A huge moment for Alex.
Yeah, you were explaining it to me in the morning meeting, and then we whipped up a graphic to sort of put it into my Fly Eagles Fly NFL terms instead of NHL. And here's sort of what we came up with, like the NFL equivalent. We want to start with Jerry Rice. Like, no one even comes close, as you're looking at right here. No one comes close to Jerry's records in any of the three major categories: not in catches, not in yards, not in touchdowns. To put that into perspective, we added the closest active player to each of his records in there. Travis Kelce, by the way, closest in catches. You can see his still over 500 away. Hopkins, active leader in receiving yards now that Julio Jones announced his retirement. DeAndre still 10,000 yards away from Jerry. And Mike Evans is the active leader in touchdown receptions, and he just passed the halfway mark to catching Jerry. Mike averaging 9.5 touchdowns per year. He would have to keep, if you play the pace game, which we sometimes love to do here on the show as we get ready to welcome in Marcel Reese and Dale Jeremiah of NFL Media, he would have to, do that for 10 more seasons until he's 42 years young to catch up. So all that being said, now I understand, because really, like, that 895 doesn't, to me, I'm like, I have to put that into perspective. Like, explain the hockey to me. Yeah. That's sort of being insane. That's insane. I will say, in our research this morning, you pointed out, and it bears true, the Justin Jefferson thing's kind of interesting, right? That he's the one player who has a slap shot at pulling an Ovechkin based. I just did a little pun, a little hockey pun. I don't even know what a slap shot is, and I just did. Is that wrong to say? I don't even know. I think that Justin Jefferson. Thanks. I think. Shots on goal. It's rough. You know that I used to think, I told you once what I thought a power play was. Hold on, before we hit this full screen. Hamilton, I told you once what I thought a power play was, correct?
You did? I can't remember what you described it as. Tell us
I like
again,
that we have a fourth of a jersey of yours. Real production value in your background, buddy. Love that. I used to think of power play. I remember very much going to a St. Louis Blues game when I lived in St. Louis, because all of those hockey players used to come into Nick's Pub at like 2 a.m. So like I knew them from that, but whatever. So I went to a game, and I thought a power play was like, because things get crazy in the crowd during a power play. I thought it was just like, in like Mario, when you hit the star and you get like 30 seconds to like go 100%, I thought it was just like, it's a power. I just thought it was just some stuff is about to happen, and it gets really exciting, and it's like power play and there's dancing. I thought it was more for crowd noise. That's what I thought it was. Like, this is like, I thought it was like, okay, now 15 set for the next 20 seconds. It's like, everything's just more fun. I thought it was a video game.
I mean, that is certainly, that's a take. That's something.
Yeah. I have a real take.
Those Mario stars don't exist in real life, right?
I thought it was like when you hit, when you're an RC program and pro-am and you hit the arrows that are lit up and highlighted, like you just go a little faster or something happens. I had no idea. Anyway, now that we're a hockey show, as we were leading our show with it and making the NFL equivalents, you're seeing how incredible what Ovechkin did is. You don't need to be a hockey fan to recognize greatness. But we did say, if there is one NFL player that could within a slap shot of catching fire to what Ovechkin did based on what he's doing in the league so far, it's Justin Jefferson. We showed the full screen. Let's pop it up again. He's averaging, an NFL record 96.5 receiving yards per game. No one's even close there. He's on a 100 catch per season pace as well. That's also an NFL record. No shade to Jerry at all, but it's wild to think about what Justin's doing without a Joe Montana. No disrespect to Sam Darnold or Kirk Cousins. They're not Steve Young. throwing him the ball. So it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a decade with that kind of production for, him to get into the Jerry Rice territory and some good injury luck, of course, which he'll have. But I do think that Justin Jefferson is the guy who could do it, that we could point out and get excited about.